This movie will show you how to use Plannies for doing apartment development. We're going to use a sample. So if you go to File, Open Assumptions, one of the samples is called apartment_dev. This is a sample we're going to use to show this. When you first come into Plannies, you'll be in the Assumption Edit screen. This is where we enter and edit the assumptions. On the far right, you'll have a page list. These are like page tabs of a notebook. When you click on a particular page tab, the associated page will show up on the left. You do not always have to enter the assumptions into the pages. Sometimes we have grids, which we're going to use now, to help us enter it more efficiently. When you first start a development, on the investment page, you're going to fill in the price of property as 0, because this is for buying an existing building. When we're developing a building, we have that 0. We're going to do a date of acquisition, a holding period, and then we're going to sell the property using the sales price method, because we're going to hold the property and then sell it as a capital gain sale. To put in the development cost items, just go up to Edit and select Development Spending. This grid is where you can enter in all your assumptions. At the bottom is going to be your costs. When we click on one of the items, we can just go up to Edit and say Insert Item. You can have as many items as you want. We're going to call this one New, and we'll say it's $10,000. We're going to do that in April of 03. This is set to happen in 03. We're going to spread that over 2 months just so you can see how that happens. And the in-service date is going to be 10 of 03 or October of 03. What that means is that when the building's put into service, that's when we can start depreciating these items. That's also when we can start depreciating the interest on the construction draw that was spent for these items. Plannies does everything after tax, and here we can enter in the different depreciable lives for the different items. That way you can put the componentized depreciation if you notice what those are. And then finally there's a draw column, which is really one of the beautiful things about Plannies and development analysis. The draw column is where you would enter in how much of each item is going to be covered for by the draw. So when we have 50 on the land, that means 50% is going to be covered for by the draw, 50% is going to be paid for by us. And then we have 100 on the rest of the items. That means all of those are going to be covered for by the draw. At the top left, we simply click Construction Draw On, and we say every month we're going to draw for 100% of what we deemed eligible from this draw column. And we're going to do that as 7%. We're going to do that until January of 2004. Even though we're in service of 10 of 03, we're going to have a few months of just doing some lease up. We want to stay inside the construction draw. And then we could do a cap and a fee, and then the interest is either going to be paid as we go, or what we're going to do here is called accrued and then capitalized. So the interest is going to be added to principal each month, and then it's going to be capitalized. So the interest is going to be depreciated over the same life for the item it was loaned for, and that's done automatically for you. You don't need to think about that. And then we're going to click the permanent loan on. So what happens in January 2004, we pay that this construction draw backwards. We're going to go get a permanent loan to pay that one back. We're going to do that at an 8% rate. We'll do it as a 20-year life, and then we're going to find out how we're going to come up with what that permanent loan amount is going to be. Here we'll just quickly choose percent of draw loan balance at 100%. So we're just going to roll it basically into a permanent, and we'll do monthly payments amortizing. Once you have those items put in, just click the report menu item and click on project cost summary. This will show us all of our costs. Of course, you can save this as a web page or print it or export it. And then also we can view this as a cost schedule. And here you can see there's the new item spread over 2 months. So it's $5,000 in April and then $5,000 in May. When we click on OK, Plannies will create all these pages for us on the right. And one of the pages it created is this loan draw, construction draw. When you have the basic software, you will have that edit development spending screen. And when you come to the construction draw area, it will look like this in a yearly mode. So it just shows you how much interest that had been rolled into the principal. But if you have the monthly development extension, you can view that either on a quarterly or monthly basis. Here we're doing monthly. And if we bring that up, it's going to show us each month how much we're going to draw and how much principal is going to be added to the loan balance, and then it goes each month. These numbers are linked to the numbers of the development spending items. Notice that it was $28,000 in February of 2003. Now we're going to click on the permits page, and the permits happened to be spent in February 2003. We had set that it was $10,000 that we're going to spend on the permits process. We're going to change that to $100,000, so it increased it by $90,000. And now we go back to the construction draw, and we can see that this is linked. It's increased automatically, and everything associated is linked. It's increased automatically, including everything, all the interest handled after tax. This is important when we go to the what if area. Now, if we go down to the revenues and expenses, we set up our studios, 1 bedrooms, 2 bedrooms, all to be doing a